What's the worst thing a teacher ever did? I remember it exactly. The day Mr. Caldwell humiliated me in front of the whole class. I had always thought of him as strict but fair until then. He had favorites, and I was not one of them. Every right answer from Linda or Josh got him smiling like they saved the day. When I volunteered, he sighed and said, "Not now, Maria." I just kept my head down, doing my work quietly, feeling invisible. Then came the pop quiz on ancient Greece. The last thing I needed was a surprise test. I panicked at one question and accidentally glanced at Josh's paper. My heart hammered in my ears. Mr. Caldwell must have seen. When time was up, he stared at me and held up Josh's quiz. "Is this yours, Ramirez?" he asked loudly, eyes cold. I looked down at the paper in my hand. It was definitely not mine. "No," I whispered, dread lumping in my throat. His voice thundered, "Spare me your lies." Again? Before I could answer, he slapped a big red 0 on my paper and left it on my desk. "Detention tomorrow. We'll talk about honesty." My face burned as I felt all eyes on me. I just wanted to disappear. After class, I found him alone, stacking papers by the door. I gathered every bit of courage I had. "Sir, that's Josh's quiz. This isn't my paper," I said quietly. He paused, annoyed. "I know what I saw, Maria. I'm done talking," he snapped. I couldn't say anything. I felt my chest tighten and my voice quiver. It felt like the classroom was closing in on me. That afternoon, I sat on my bed fuming and staring at the ceiling. How could he be so sure I cheated? I felt the injustice knot in my stomach. At dinner, I blurted out what happened, and my mom said firmly, "No one is going to treat you like that." The next morning, we walked into the principal's office with my quizzes. Ms. Lee called Mr. Caldwell down and asked him calmly what happened. He muttered something about me glancing around. Then she had him look at the papers side by side. Suddenly, the truth came out. He had mixed up our quizzes. The test I saw on Josh's desk was actually mine. My real paper had been sitting untouched on my desk. Mr. Caldwell's eyes widened as he realized his mistake. For a long moment, no one spoke. Then he cleared his throat and said simply, "Maria, I owe you an apology." I blinked in surprise. His voice was quiet and strange, something I had never heard from him. He handed me the paper, my actual quiz, with a decent score and a small sorry written in red at the bottom. Back in class that day, things were different. Mr. Caldwell no longer glared at me. When I answered correctly later on, he gave me a slight nod, more respectful this time. As school ended that Friday, he stopped me at my locker. "Maria, about last week, I was under a lot of pressure and took it out on you. I was wrong," he said softly. His apology felt like a weight lifting off my shoulders. I managed a small, "Thank you, sir." The last bell rang as we talked, and for once, I didn't feel like shrinking. Then I realized something. Teachers can be wrong too. The next morning, I saw a note on my desk. "A lesson for us both, Mr. Caldwell." I smiled, surprised. Sometimes standing up for yourself can change things in ways you never expect.